Welcome to Learning Radius. Welcome to Learning Radius Current Affairs 2020-21. In this video, we'll be discussing another 10 topics related to science and technology. And the 10 topics of discussions are the plasma therapy debate, monoclonal antibodies MABs, NARC Antitank Missile, Tuberial Salivary Glands, Osiris Rex and Asteroid Bennu, COVIRAP, RUDRAM Anti-Radiation Missile, Google to face antitrust case in India, Guillain-Barré syndrome, quick reaction surface to air missile QRSA. The first topic of discussion is the plasma therapy debate. The Indian Council of Medical Research ICMR has been considering dropping the option from the national guidelines as it found that convalescent plasma was ineffective in arresting COVID-19. Plasma therapy, the discussion is, plasma is the liquid part of the blood. Convalescent plasma extracted from the blood of patients recovering from an infection is a source of antibodies against infection. The therapy involves using their plasma to help others recover. For COVID-19, this has been one of the treatment options. Now, the Indian Council of Medical Research has been considering dropping the option from the national guidance as it found that convalescent plasma was ineffective in arresting COVID-19. So, there should be a clarity regarding what is this plasma therapy and what is the debate going on. And there should be clarity regarding the fundamentals of plasma therapy in connection with the COVID-19. Next is monoclonal antibodies MABs. Serum Institute of India along with the International AIDS Vaccine Initiative IAVI announced an agreement with pharmaceutical major Merck to develop SARS-CoV-2 neutralizing monoclonal antibodies. Monoclonal antibodies are man-made protein that act like human antibodies in the immune system. So the first point of discussion is what is monoclonal antibodies. Monoclonal antibodies are man-made protein that act like human antibodies in the immune system. These antibodies are co-invented by IAVI, that is International AIDS Vaccine Initiative, and Scripps Research as innovative intervention to address the COVID-19 pandemic. So Serum Institute of India along with the International AIDS Vaccine Initiative IAVI announced an agreement with pharmaceutical major Merck to develop SARS-CoV-2 neutralizing monoclonal antibodies. That's the discussion about. The next topic of discussion is NARC Antitank Missile. The Defense Research and Development Organization DRDO carried out the final user trial of the third generation anti-tank guided missile ATGM NARC at the Pokhran firing range. The NARC missile has been developed to strike and neutralize highly fortified enemy tanks. It also has night strike capabilities. It has a minimum range of 500 meters and maximum range of 4 kilometers. So that is about NARC anti-tank missile. A third generation fire and forget category system. NARC uses an image infrared seeker to lock onto the target before launch. The missile is launched from the NAC missile carrier NAMICA, that is Namika, a modified BMP infantry combat vehicle which is capable of carrying up to 6 combat missiles. So the missile is launched from the NAC missile carrier, that is Namika, a modified BMP infantry combat vehicle which is capable of carrying up to 6 combat missiles. The imaging algorithm used with the system helps the projectile hit the target at 4 kilometer distance even in all weather conditions, making it fit for deployment across India's frontier in both eastern and western theatre. The next topic of discussion is Tuberial salivary glands. Researchers from the Netherlands Cancer Institute have discovered a new pair of salivary glands hidden between the nasal cavity and throat. It was discovered while studying a patient with prostate cancer using a new type of scan, a PSMA PET CT scan. The name tuberial glands was proposed as it was found draped over the torus tuberius, the structure that supports the entrance of the auditory tube. The glands were about 3.9 centimeters in length on average. So research from the Netherlands Cancer Institute have discovered a new pair of salivary glands hidden between the nasal cavity and throat. It was discovered while studying a patient with a prostate cancer using a new type of scan, that is PSMA PET CT scan. The name tuberial glands was proposed as it was found draped over the torus tuberius, the structure that supports the entrance of the auditory tube. So that's about the tuberial salivary glands. Next topic is Osiris Rex and the asteroid Bennu. NASA's Origin Spectral Interpretation Resource Identification Security Regolith Explorer, that is what called Osiris Rex. So once again, Origin Spectral Interpretation Resource Identification Security Regolith Explorer, mission has successfully slowed the spacecraft sample return capsule and its abundant sample of asteroid Bennu. The mission team sent commands to the spacecraft instructing it to close the capsule, marking the end of one of the most challenging phases of the mission. So Osiris Rex and the asteroid Bennu. About Osiris Rex, the origin spectral interpretation resource identification security regolith explorer spacecraft will travel to a near-Earth asteroid called Bennu, formerly 1999 RQ-36, and bring at least 2.1 ounce sample back to Earth for study. The mission will help scientists investigate how planets formed and how life began, as well as improve our understanding of asteroids that could impact Earth. So this mission will help scientists investigate how planets formed and how life began, as well as improve our understanding of asteroids that could impact Earth. And why asteroid Bennu? Bennu is an asteroid located at a distance of about 200 million miles away from the Earth. Scientists study asteroids to look for information about the formation and history of planets and the Sun, since asteroids were formed at the same time as other objects in the solar system. Bennu hasn't undergone drastic changes since its formation over billions of years ago, and therefore it contains chemicals and rock dating back to the birth of the solar system. It is also relatively close to the Earth. So the next topic of discussion which I mentioned, that is about Osiris Rex and the asteroid Bennu. So there should be clarity about NASA's origin spectral interpretation, resource identification security regolith explorer, and what is it basically. And why asteroid Bennu? Bennu is an asteroid located at a distance of about 200 million miles away from the Earth. Scientists study asteroids to look for information about the formation and history of planets and the Sun, since asteroids were formed at the same time as other objects in the solar system. And Bennu hasn't undergone drastic changes since its formation over billions of years ago, and therefore it contained chemicals and rocks dating back to the Earth of the solar system. It's also very close to the Earth as such. Next topic of discussion is COVID-RAP, that is coronavirus diagnostic method using a low-cost portable unit developed by researchers at the Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, has been approved by the Indian Council of Medical Research, ICMR. The machine costs less than 5,000 to make, and the test kits would each cost about 500. So COVID-RAP, coronavirus diagnostic method using a low-cost portable unit developed by researchers at the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, has been approved by the Indian Council of Medical Research. The machine costs less than 5,000 rupees to make, and the test kit would each cost about 500. And how it works? It has an automated pre-programmable temperature control unit, a special detection unit on genomic analysis, and a customized smartphone app for results. 3 master mixers work as markers of different genes to confirm the presence of SARS-CoV-2 samples collected react with these mixes. When pepper strips are dipped into these reaction products, colored lines indicate the presence of the virus. So that's the manner in which it works. So that is about COVID-RAP, coronavirus diagnostic method using a low-cost portable unit developed by the researchers at the Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, and that has been approved by the Indian Council of Medical Research. That's the discussion about. Next topic of discussion is RUDRAM anti-radiation missile. The Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, successfully tested the new generation anti-radiation missile called RUDRAM on a radiation target located on Wheeler Island off the coast of Odisha. The long-range air-launched missile was launched from Su-30 MKI fighter aircraft. Anti-radiation missiles are meant to debilitate enemy air defense system by taking out radars, communication sites, and other radio frequency emitting target, thereby foiling any plans to launch surface-to-air missiles. So that's about the long-range air-launched missile that was launched from Su-30 MKI fighter aircraft. So the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, successfully tested the new generation anti-radiation missile called RUDRAM on a radiation target located on Wheeler Island off the coast of Odisha. The long-range air-launched missile was launched from Su-30 MKI fighter aircraft. Next topic of discussion is Google to face an case in India. The case has been filed by 2 Indian antitrust lawyers, Ms. Arya and Purushottam Anand. They both confirmed the case filing against Google for alleged abuse in the smart television market, but declined to comment further. Alphabet's Inc. Google is facing a new antitrust case in India. in which the US tech giant is alleged to have abused its Android operating system, pushing in the smart television market. So that's about antitrust case in India. This is the fourth major antitrust challenge in India, one of its key market where it is currently facing public criticism from local startup for enforcing certain policies and company charges they condemn hurt their growth. So that's about the Google to face antitrust case in India, and explain they both confirmed the case filing against Google for alleged abuse in the smart television market but declined to comment further. Next is Guillain-Barré syndrome. Some patients infected with COVID-19 have been found suffering from Guillain-Barré syndrome, that is GBS, in India. Such cases have been reported since August 2020. And what is Guillain-Barré syndrome, that is GBS? It's a very rare autoimmune disorder. GBS is caused by bacteria or viral infection. In the past, patients of Middle East respiratory syndrome showed GBS symptoms, as did those infected with Zika, HIV, herpes virus, and Campylobacter jejuni. So it's a very rare autoimmune disorder. The immune system, in an attempt to kill the coronavirus, accidentally starts attacking the peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system is a network of nerves that lead from the brain and spinal cord to different parts of the body. Attacking them can affect the limb functions. The symptoms may emerge first in feet and hands, and the symptoms may emerge first in feet and hands: tingling or itching sensation in the skin, muscle weakness, pain and numbness. A person starts experiencing reflex loss and paralysis, which may be temporary but can last for 6 to 12 months or longer. Now, what is the treatment? Intravenous immunoglobulin, IVIG, and sometimes plasma therapy helps recovery in patients with GBS. Some patients may develop severe complications and require intensive care treatment or ventilator support. So that is about the Guillain-Barré syndrome. So some patient infected with the COVID-19 have been found suffering from Guillain-Barré syndrome in India. Such cases have been reported since August 2020. And what is Guillain-Barré syndrome? I explains a very rare autoimmune disorder. The immune system, in an attempt to kill the coronavirus, accidentally start attacking the peripheral nervous system. The peripheral nervous system is a network of nerves that lead from the brain and spinal cord to different parts of the body. Attacking them can affect limb function, and I explain the symptoms too. And the last topic of discussion is Quick Reaction Surface to Air Missile, that is QRSAM. India successfully test-fired Quick Reaction Surface to Air Missile QRSAM system at an integrated test range in Chandipur of Odisha coast. The missile accurately and successfully neutralized an airborne target. It was the second successful test firing of the missile in the last 5 days. So that's about the Quick Reaction Surface to Air Missile. India successfully test fired the Quick Reaction Surface to Air Missile, that is what called QRSAM, that is Quick Reaction Surface to Air Missile system, at an integrated test range in Chandipur of the Odisha coast, and the missile accurately and successfully neutralized an airborne target. So that's all for today, and have a great time. At the same time, in the next video, we'll be discussing another 10 topics related to science and technology. Keep an extra eye on the analysis part of science and technology and understand how UPSC is framing beautiful question from current affairs of science and technology in mains and preliminary. Have a great time and meet you in the next video. Thank you.